Big thanks to Kamado Joe for sponsoring this episode.
I've got something amazing for you. I'm going to show you how to make liquid gold. Literally liquid gold. If you've ever cooked a brisket or you're planning to cook a brisket, you already know that there's going to be a lot of fat on that brisket. That is what makes a brisket good. The fat that renders down. But you're going to have a lot of fat on top of your brisket too, because the butcher will sell the brisket with the fat. He makes money on it. That fat, that is the basis of our liquid gold, because you can't use it for barbecuing. You gotta trim some of it off and you're left with all of that fat. And in reality, that fat is a blessing in disguise. So I had this beautiful F1 Wagyu brisket from Australia. Beautiful intramuscular fat, but a big fat cap on top of that brisket. But I can't cook a brisket with a fat cap that thick, because if I do, there will be no flavor of the rub and the smoke penetrating into the meat. So I've got to trim some of it off until there's just a little layer of fat left. That fat that will turn out nicely and will go really well with the brisket. It even prevents it from drying out. But the fat that's left over, don't throw that away. Don't throw that away. And of course, you can use it for making burgers, but you're gonna need a lot of meat to compensate for this amount of fat. There's another way you can use this fat. And that's what we're going to do today, because this stuff is amazing. Really, really fantastic. It looks gooey and not very appetizing at the moment, but wait until we're done. I fired up my Kamado Joe Jr. and we have a nice red hot glowing base, but not to the point where it's screaming hot. I can keep my hands there for around 2 seconds, which is not hot enough to cook a steak on, but definitely hot enough to warm a pan on. And the cool thing about what we're doing here is you can easily do this in the kitchen at home, no worries. But the fun part of it all is that we can do it on a barbecue, outdoor cooking, having fun. To me, that's kind of like a sport thing. Do you know, I used to cook all of my food for weeks and weeks at a time on the barbecue until my wife said, no more, honey, stop cooking everything on the barbecue. I'm putting in this metal insert, which allows me to raise the pan a little higher above the fire. And actually, it's perfect for Dutch ovens. Look at it. You can set it in your Dutch oven. And now we've got a beautiful outdoor stove. That is so cool. I'm going to take the lid off and I'm going to let the pan warm up. But I'm going to do that with the fat in. Oh, let's get this off. Look at that. Still frying a little bit. And when it starts to get that smoky, it means it's getting a little bit too hot. So what you want is you want to stay under that smoke point, but you still want to fry. When you go over that smoke point, you're changing the color and we're looking for a lighter color. I think this is still okay, but it's on the edge. It's on the edge. This is still looking good. Definitely still frying color. What we need to do now is we need to get this through a sieve and remove all of the particles of the meat from our liquid fat. There we go. So make sure you're safe, because this could be really, really dangerous. So this took only around 45 minutes to do. So it's like really easy to do. You can even set this on while your brisket is cooking. So that's a great activity to have. If you want, and if you're like crazy, then you're keeping this stuff. I'm not touching it right now, but this brown stuff, it crispened up. We're going to let that cool down. Then I'm going to put a little bit of salt on it, chop it up real fine, put some salt on it. And if you put that on burgers, like a little crisp, look at that, it looks so good, but it's still super hot. So I'll get to it later what we're going to do with this. Now, I've never tried this before, so this is kind of like a new thing. Normally, you're going to put this through another sieve. You don't have to, but you can if you want to get a real clear consistency. And I was wondering, instead of like using the traditional thing, which is a paper towel, could we use coffee filters? And I really am a strong believer is there's only one way to find out, and let's give it a try. Logic dictates that it can work, but hey, we're here for that. Careful with that hot fat. Oh. And it works. Now, of course, this is the tedious part of the process, but it's going to make the fat clear. So all of the effort of standing here and holding it and waiting for it to drip out, it's going to be worth it, trust me. Just do it, just stand there for 10 to 15 minutes, wait for the filter to filter all of the rubbish out. Look at the beautiful result. It's so clear, it's going to be so tasty.
It looks like the real deal. You buy in the supermarket like a normal frying fat.
But better.
But better.
Because Wagyu frying fat, never saw that before.
No.
But now we got a problem because we want to make some fries, which in itself is not a problem because I love making fries.
We're gonna make fries with Wagyu fat.
In the Wagyu fat, because you know it's just a jar of fat.
Yeah.
Which in itself, I don't care about the jar of fat.
No.
It's about what you do. It's like
it can do so many amazing things.
What you do with it.
Yeah.
So the question is, how do we make our fries?
It's not like there's just one fry.
There's not a fry.
No.
There's a lot of fries.
Yeah.
So you got Dutch fries, which are like the square ones, like the perfect ones.
For us, the regular ones.
For us, the regular ones that you buy like in a fry shop. If you order fries, you get the fries. You got raspatat, which is like basically pureed and then pushed through a form and then turned into a fry, which is, in my opinion, horrible. Now, you wanted...
For this particular event, I wanted to have like the Vlaamse frieten.
French fries? You told me French fries?
No, the Vlaamse.
Flemish fries?
Flemish.
I want Dutch fries.
Yeah.
But I want them like a grandma version, like the rustic version with the skin on.
Okay.
You go Flemish.
Yeah.
Of course, you see Morrison is not holding the camera right now. Jim is. And Jim wanted French fries. So we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I cut you.
Oh.
Morrison wins.
No, because he defeated me. No, this is equal.
Okay.
Okay. Again.
1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Morrison's out.
Okay. Yeah.
Making fries never been harder than this.
Yeah, this is quite.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
French fries it is!
No! Yes. That's horrible.
No, that's the worst idea.
I hate French fries. Now I get to be the one to complain, Morrison. Now I am the guy that's going to be complaining about the fries.
Well, can we do 50-50?
No.
No, 50?
No, we decided we're going to do it. I'm going to man up. Man up. Make French fries. So to make French fries, chop up some potatoes. Put them in cold water and wash off the starch. Once you see the water start getting murky, you know the starch coming out, just throw that away, dry off your fries, and then they're ready to hit the oil. Dried them up and then they look like this. Proper fries, ready to be fried. Of course, we're going to be frying on a Kamado Joe Jr. I know this might sound scary, and it really is, because if you got like a real open fire and then you're going to add fuel in a little pan, it's dangerous. I must admit, this is like, if you're doubtful about doing this, then don't do it. If you're up for a challenge, give it a try. But I have a secret hack so I don't have to fire up the Joe Jr. to extreme high temperatures. I just want to keep the distance between the charcoal fire and the pan as minimal as possible. That's why I'm taking out the first ring. And I'm going to put the grill grate straight onto the firebox. Just look at how low that sits and how close that pan is going to be to the fire. This way I'm reducing the chance of having flare-ups shooting over the top of the pan and getting a fire. And in case you get a fire anyway, the only thing you're allowed to do is close the lid, close the vent, shut it, and walk away. Don't do anything other than that. Just walk away, close it off. Then the fire should kill itself and you're safe. But of course, we're not going to set the whole world on fire. That's not how we roll. I'm using a smaller pan because it works well on my Joe Jr., but at the same time I get some height in my pan that will keep the oil in, and at the same time you have some depth to the oil. Here we go, onto the fire, and this is still a low heat, and we're going to slowly let it come up to a temperature of 140 degrees Celsius. And while I wait for my oil to come up to temperature, I made special fry spice. It consists of 1 part salt, a 1/4 part paprika powder, a 1/4 part onion powder, and a 1/4 part garlic powder. Mix it up and you're done. Now, I made a promise to the boys that while we are waiting, and we're not throwing away this beautiful stuff, I'm going to show you what to do with it. Look at this. Doesn't it look good already? No, and even though the dog would really love to eat all of this, I want to share it with the boys because this can be a fantastic snack. I'm just taking my cheese knife and I'm cutting it into small pieces, but just look at how chunky that is. Crunchy, crispy, and it tastes like beef. There we go, buddy.
That's a good snack.
That's good. We're not gonna eat all of it though, Jim. We're gonna save some for later. We're almost at 140 Celsius, and if you're a little over 140, that's just fine. Because once you put the fries in, the oil's gonna drop down in temperature. So in this case, I have a small pan, and I'm gonna put in a small batch of potato fries. For that first fry, I wanna see a little bit of crunchiness on the starch of the outside of the potato. Now it's really hard to see this, but you gotta think around 4 to 5 minutes frying at a temperature of 140 degrees Celsius. Then take it out, lay it aside, and let it cool down. Once your fries are cold enough and your oil is at a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius, then you can start on your next phase of frying. There we go. Ooh, look at that beautiful golden brown chips. That's the way I like them. Look at those beautiful fries. Golden brown. All it needs now is a little bit of our homemade seasoning, and then give it a good shake. Plate it up. There you go. A little bit of mayonnaise on the side. There we go. A little bit of our home fried beef fat. And since the boys are all here, they get to do the taste test. So I'm just gonna settle with 1 fry. Oh my God. Why are you guys doing the taste test? Why is it not just my show?
What does it look like to you?
It looks like rustic fries, rustic French fries.
This whole platter, this thing with this, it looks like patatje stoofvlees. Then a really expensive one.
Yeah.
Made out of brisket fat. I think you should go ahead.
All right, I'll take that. Oh, this is good.
Yeah?
Yeah. You taste the Wagyu fat on the fry. It's like a next level fry.
Why did I put mayonnaise on it?
No, I'm going with the mayonnaise.
Oh man. I think it was a good idea, the French fries.
Okay, I'm going with combination. Oh, next level.
Somehow they feel lighter than your average fry. This is a different way of crispy. They are crispy, but it's because of the Wagyu. It must be.
Why are you guys... Why is the dog not coming?
It's potato. I think that's the problem. It's potato.
What did you do to Eva?
And I think she didn't get the memo that it's actually in Wagyu fat. Trust me guys, just try this for once. I mean, for all you guys that cook up briskets at home, don't throw away that fat. Please don't, because it's worth so much.
I really like it, yeah.
Now close out the video, so I can eat the rest of the tray.
Yeah, just go into your corner. I'll have one more.
You made enough enemies already.
Please make this at home. Trust me, you're gonna love it. I want to thank all the patrons, all the YouTube members, and I hope you enjoyed. Man, I'm eating.
I hope you enjoyed the video.
Please like and subscribe this video, and I think we should see you next time. Are you here next time?
I hope I'm here next time.
Yeah,
I sneak into Roel's DMs and ask whether I can come, but
I think after this, you're going back to the dungeon.
Back to my edit dungeon. That's a cool name actually. Let's call it that way.
Let's call it that way, but you're still going there.
Yeah, okay.
See you guys next time. Until then, eet smakelijk.
And keep on grilling.
French fries.